KitKat has been a favorite among children and adults since its introduction in 1935 during the golden age of chocolate. It consists of 3 layers of crunchy wafer and 2 layers of chocolate-covered filling, all wrapped in smooth milk chocolate, a delicious and iconic combination. One of Nestlé's factories in York, UK, produces over 7 million KitKat bars daily. In the UK alone, 1 billion bars are consumed each year. That's about 1,900 bars eaten every minute. The production process is strategically organized, with all steps in the supply chain located near each other, except for the cocoa trees and their harvest. The journey begins with cocoa beans, mostly harvested in West Africa in March. After being sun-dried for about 7 days, the beans are sent to the production site in York. At the factory, the beans go through a 3-hour process of cleaning, which removes dirt and husking, where rollers crush the beans to release the cocoa seeds. The transformation into chocolate starts when the beans are vibrated to break the shells and expose the pulp, the flavorful, fatty interior of the seed. The broken husks are separated on vibrating filters, and the pulp is roasted in a giant roaster, much like coffee beans. The exact roasting time and temperature are top secrets, as they determine the chocolate's flavor. Once roasted, the cocoa is sent to ovens, where heat and pressure unlock its rich chocolate essence. The chocolate-making process continues with the production of chocolate liquor, which contains cocoa butter. After separating the cocoa butter from the solids, the remaining solids are processed into cocoa powder, a common product found in supermarkets. Cocoa butter is then mixed with cocoa powder, sugar, milk, and vegetable fats to create the chocolate we all love. The mixture is combined in a giant 1-ton mixer, forming a thick, sandy, and sweet chocolate paste. Next comes the conching process, where the paste is refined. This step grinds the chocolate particles into smaller sizes, enhancing its smoothness and creating a better mouthfeel. Longer conching times produce creamier, richer, and higher quality chocolate as the constant friction releases more flavor. Once conching is complete, the chocolate is tempered by heating it, then cooling it to around 27 degrees Celsius. This process prevents crystallization, which can cause a gray or dull layer on the surface, maintaining the chocolate's appealing look and texture. Meanwhile, wafers are prepared by mixing flour and water into a dough, which is shaped and baked at 150 degrees Celsius. Once cooled, the wafers are layered with a creamy filling, ready to join the chocolate in creating the iconic KitKat bars. The assembly of KitKat begins by layering wafers with filling, similar to making a 3-story sandwich. A wafer layer is covered with filling, topped with another wafer, and finished with a plain wafer sheet. KitKat's filling made from cocoa liquor, sugar, and a small amount of crushed KitKat bars. Rejected KitKats are crushed into a paste, which is reused to fill the wafers of new KitKats, a sustainable way to reduce waste. After 16 hours of mixing, the chocolate is ready to become bars. Machines fill 336 molds per minute, producing over 200,000 KitKats daily. The chocolate is pumped into molds to form the bar's exterior. Wafers are placed inside, and a final chocolate layer seals it. Once molded, the bars are cooled in a cooling tunnel to harden. Quality managers remove any defective bars, such as those with bubbles or cracks, crush them, and reuse them for filling. KitKat also produces KitKat Vegan, a plant-based version of the classic chocolate bar, designed to cater to those following vegan or dairy-free lifestyles. Instead of traditional milk chocolate, it uses a smooth and creamy rice-based alternative, maintaining the iconic taste and texture. The crunchy wafer inside remains unchanged, delivering the familiar KitKat experience with every bite. Finally, automated robots quickly wrap the finished KitKat bars, ensuring they're ready for packaging and distribution. After wrapping the bars in decorative packaging, they are ready to delight chocolate lovers around the world. With 7 million KitKat bars produced daily, the packaged bars are transported to a storage facility. From there, as orders arrive, they are moved to the loading area and dispatched to supermarkets, ensuring a steady supply of this iconic treat to satisfy global demand. Cake making and decorating in a factory involves a highly efficient and organized process to produce large quantities of cakes while maintaining consistent quality. The process begins with mixing the ingredients, such as flour, sugar, eggs, and flavorings, in large industrial mixers. Once the batter is prepared, it is portioned into molds or pans using automated machines to ensure uniform size and weight. The cakes are then baked in large ovens at controlled temperatures. After baking, they are allowed to cool before moving to the decorating stage. Factory decorating involves applying frosting, glazes, or fondant with precision using specialized machinery. For intricate designs, such as patterns or logos, robotic systems or stencils are used to ensure consistency across each cake. Toppings like sprinkles, fruit, or chocolate are added as a final touch. The cakes are then packaged in protective containers to preserve freshness and shipped to retailers, ready for customers to enjoy. Advanced machines process hundreds of eggs per minute, expertly separating the yolks from the whites with precision. Factory-made ready meals provide convenience and variety for busy lifestyles. The process starts with fresh, high-quality ingredients sourced from trusted suppliers. These are cleaned, prepped, and cooked in industrial kitchens under strict hygiene standards. Advanced machinery handles tasks like chopping, mixing, and portioning, while skilled workers oversee the production. Meals are cooked using methods that mimic home-style preparation, such as steaming, baking, or frying. Once ready, the food is rapidly chilled or frozen to preserve flavor and nutrients. packaged in microwavable or oven-safe containers, ready meals undergo thorough quality checks before being distributed to stores worldwide. Now, let's shift gears to this amazing process of making burger buns in factory. It begins with mixing ingredients such as flour, water, yeast, sugar, and salt in large industrial mixers. Once the dough reaches the perfect consistency, it is portioned into uniform balls using automated equipment. These dough balls are then sent to proofing chambers where controlled temperature and humidity allow them to rise, ensuring a soft and fluffy texture. After proofing, the buns are baked in large ovens at precise temperatures, achieving a golden brown crust and airy interior. Once baked, the buns are cooled on conveyor belts before being sent to the packaging stage. Some may be topped with sesame seeds before baking, while others remain plain. The buns are then packed into hygienic airtight bags to preserve freshness and undergo quality checks before being distributed to restaurants and stores worldwide. Lettuce is a low-calorie, nutrient-rich vegetable packed with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as folate and fiber. It supports healthy digestion, boosts hydration due to its high water content, and promotes heart health. Its antioxidants help combat inflammation, making it a refreshing and nutritious addition to any meal. Now, let's dive into the process of making apple juice. It all starts with selecting fresh and ripe apples, which are thoroughly washed to remove dirt and pesticides. The apples are then sorted to eliminate any damaged or unsuitable fruit. Next, the apples are crushed into a pulp using specialized machines. This pulp is pressed to extract the juice, separating it from the solids like seeds and skin. The extracted juice is filtered to remove impurities and achieve a smooth consistency. To preserve freshness and eliminate bacteria, the juice undergoes pasteurization, a heating process that extends its shelf life without compromising flavor. After pasteurization, the juice is cooled and poured into sterilized bottles or cartons. These are sealed to maintain freshness and labeled with production details.
Lay's.
The journey of Lay's chips starts with high-quality potatoes. These potatoes are sourced from carefully selected farms, ensuring only the best are used for production. Each potato is selected based on strict standards for size, shape, and moisture content. When the potatoes arrive at the Lay's factory, they are immediately prepared for processing. Each batch is unloaded and sent through an initial sorting system where any substandard or damaged potatoes are removed. Only the best potatoes make it to the next stage. The first step in the factory is cleaning. Potatoes are washed multiple times to remove dirt and debris. With high-pressure water jets, scrub the potatoes to ensure no traces of soil remain. After cleaning an automated inspection process, checks for imperfections, ensuring every potato meets the company's high standards. After washing, the potatoes are peeled with automated peelers carefully remove the skin, ensuring minimal waste. Once peeled, the potatoes are sliced into thin, uniform pieces. The thickness is critical to thick, and the chips won't be crispy too thin, and they'll burn during frying. Once sliced, the potato slices are sent to large fryers. Lay's uses a proprietary blend of high-quality oils to fry the chips to perfection. The temperature and timing are closely monitored by advanced machinery to ensure each batch has that perfect golden brown hue and crispy texture. After frying, the chips are drained to remove excess oil. This step is crucial not only for taste, but also for the texture and shelf life of the chips. A gentle air cooling process helps reduce oil content, making the chips lighter and crunchier. Now comes the fun part, flavoring. Whether it's the iconic classic salted flavor or a tangy barbecue, each batch of chips is evenly coated with the perfect amount of seasoning. Lay's uses state-of-the-art machines to ensure consistent seasoning across every chip. Before packaging, each chip goes through rigorous quality control checks, employs cutting-edge optical scanners and automated systems that check each chip for defects. Chips that are too dark, misshapen, or damaged are removed from the line, ensuring that only the highest quality chips reach consumers. Once the chips pass quality control, they are sent to the packaging stage. Lay's signature bags are filled with the right amount of chips and sealed to preserve freshness. These bags are designed with airtight seals to keep the chips crispy from the factory to your table. Lay's sells approximately 1.5 million bags per day globally. This number reflects Lay's popularity as one of the leading snack brands. However, sales can fluctuate based on promotional campaigns, holidays, and other factors. Next up, let's explore the production of breakfast sandwich. The process begins with the buns. As they enter the production line, they're quickly sorted and organized by a highly efficient conveyor system. Each bun is automatically aligned and fed into slicing machines. These machines split each bun, perfectly separating the top and bottom halves in one swift motion. Next, the protein selection. In a modern breakfast sandwich, this could mean sausage patties, ham, or bacon. These different proteins are sorted, using a system that distinguishes each type and organizes them. With the patties perfectly sorted, robotic arms take over. Each patty is carefully picked up and placed onto the bottom half of a sliced bun. The robots work with a high degree of accuracy, ensuring each one is centered on the bun. The next step is adding the cheese. The factory uses a cheese extrusion system that slices and dispenses each cheese portion right onto the patty. Once the cheese is in place, the top half of the bun is added. This step requires exact timing so that the bun is added without disturbing the other ingredients. A robotic arm lifts the top bun and places it directly over the cheese, completing the basic structure of the sandwich. Now that the sandwich is assembled, it moves to the flow wrapper loading station. Here, the sandwich is placed into a wrapper that seals it for freshness. This wrapper is crucial for protecting the sandwich during transport and maintaining its quality until it's ready to be enjoyed by customers. Finally, the wrapped sandwiches are collected and organized into boxes for shipping. Haribo candies are produced in factories using a combination of traditional methods and modern technology. The process begins with the careful selection of ingredients, such as sugar, gelatin, glucose syrup, flavorings, and food colorings. Once the ingredients are gathered, they are mixed together in large vats to create the candy mixture. The mixture is then heated to a precise temperature to ensure it reaches the correct consistency. Different flavors and colors are added at this stage to create the variety of Haribo candies available on the market. The next step in the process is shaping the candies. The warm candy mixture is poured into molds that give the candies their iconic shapes, such as bears, worms, or rings. The molds are carefully designed to ensure each candy is uniform in size and shape. After the candies have been shaped, they are cooled and allowed to set. This process can take several hours, depending on the type of candy being produced. Once the candies have set, they are removed from the molds and sent to the packaging area. In the packaging area, the candies are sorted and packaged into the familiar bags or boxes. The packaging is designed to keep the candies fresh and protect them during transportation. Labels are added to the packaging to provide important information, such as ingredients, expiration dates, and nutritional content. Quality control is a crucial part of the manufacturing process at Haribo factories. Samples of candies are regularly taken from the production line and tested to ensure they meet the company's high standards. Next up, let's take a look on how instant noodles are manufactured. It all starts with mixing wheat flour, water, and sometimes seasoning to create the dough. This dough is mixed and kneaded to the perfect texture for noodles. The dough is then rolled into thin sheets and fed through machines that cut it into long noodle strands. These strands are formed into the familiar curly shape, which helps the noodles cook evenly. Once cut, the noodles go through a steaming process to partially cook them. Steaming helps retain their shape and prepares them for the next steps. The noodles are cooled and placed into packages along with flavor packets containing seasonings. The packaging is then sealed to keep the noodles fresh until they're ready to be enjoyed. Over 12 billion Choco Pies have been sold globally, reflecting their immense popularity. The process of making Choco Pie begins with preparing the soft, sponge-like cakes that form the base and top layers. A batter is mixed using flour, eggs, sugar, and other essential ingredients before being baked into perfectly uniform round cake pieces. The marshmallow filling, which gives Choco Pie its signature softness, is prepared by whipping sugar, gelatin, and water into a fluffy consistency. This filling is carefully piped onto one of the cake layers. The second cake layer is then placed on top, forming a sandwich-like structure with marshmallow in the center. The next step involves coating the assembled cakes in a layer of rich chocolate. The chocolate is melted and evenly applied through an enrobing process, ensuring each Choco Pie is completely covered. After coating, the pies are cooled to allow the chocolate to set, giving them their glossy appearance and firm exterior. Finally, the Choco Pies undergo quality checks to ensure consistency in taste, texture, and appearance before being individually packaged. Next up, let's take a closer look at the process of making French fries. It starts with choosing high-quality potatoes, often starchy varieties like russet or Idaho, ideal for frying due to their low moisture content. The potatoes are washed thoroughly to remove dirt, then peeled and cut into uniform strips. Consistent size ensures even cooking. After cutting, the potato strips are rinsed in cold water to remove excess starch, which helps prevent them from sticking together and enhances their crispiness. Next, the potatoes are blanched by briefly boiling or frying at a lower temperature. This step softens the interior and partially cooks the fries. After blanching, the fries are drained and cooled, often being frozen for storage in commercial production. Freezing also helps develop a better texture during final frying. In large-scale production, quality control checks ensure uniformity in texture, taste, and appearance before packaging for distribution or serving to customers. The journey of making doner kebab starts with fresh meat. Factories source high-quality lamb, beef, or chicken, depending on the type of kebab being made. Each batch is carefully inspected for freshness and quality before it's prepared for seasoning. Once the meat is selected, it's trimmed and portioned to remove excess fat and prepare it for seasoning. This ensures that every piece of kebab is lean yet flavorful. The next crucial step is seasoning. Kebabs get their rich signature flavors from a blend of spices and herbs. Factories use large industrial mixers to evenly coat the meat with a mix of ingredients like garlic, onion, cumin, coriander, and paprika. This process not only adds flavor, but also helps tenderize the meat. Tumblers ensure that the spices are evenly distributed, so every bite is packed with that signature kebab taste. Once the meat is seasoned, it's time to skewer it. In small batches, workers manually skewer the meat, carefully layering each piece. For larger production runs, machines take over skewering thousands of kebabs per hour. Automation plays a key role in maintaining consistency. Each kebab is packed tightly, ensuring it cooks evenly and holds its shape during grilling. Next, the skewered kebabs head to massive grills or ovens. Depending on the type of kebab, they may be slow-cooked over open flames or roasted in industrial ovens to lock in that smoky, juicy flavor. This step is crucial for giving kebabs their iconic charred edges and tender, juicy center. Factory grills are designed to cook hundreds of skewers at once, while ensuring each one gets that perfect sear. And here we have a chocolate bar's factory. The process of making Reese's peanut butter cups involves combining rich chocolate and creamy peanut butter to create the iconic treat. It begins with preparing the peanut butter filling. A mixture of roasted peanuts, sugar, salt, and stabilizers is blended into a creamy but slightly gritty consistency. In the production line, specially designed molds are filled with a layer of melted chocolate to create the cup's base and edges. The molds are then cooled to harden the chocolate, forming a sturdy foundation for the filling. Finally, the Reese's peanut butter cups are removed from the molds, wrapped in distinctive packaging and subjected to quality checks. Afterward, they are boxed and here we have a beef sausages factory. The production of sausages starts with selecting the finest cuts of meat. The meat is then trimmed of excess fat and diced into small pieces. Next, the meat is fed into a grinding machine, where it is minced to the desired consistency. This step is crucial in ensuring that the sausage has a smooth and even texture. Once the meat is minced, it is time to add seasonings and spices. This is where the magic happens, as the blend of spices gives each type of sausage its unique flavor profile. Ingredients such as salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika are commonly used to enhance the taste. Meanwhile, natural casings made from the intestines of animals are prepared for filling. These casings are flexible and allow the sausage to retain its shape while cooking. The seasoned meat mixture is then fed into a sausage stuffing machine, which fills the casings with the meat mixture. The machine ensures that the sausages are evenly filled and properly sealed. After the sausages are filled, they are linked together to form long chains. This process helps in portioning the sausages and makes them easier to handle during cooking. Some sausages are then smoked to enhance their flavor. They are hung on racks in a smoking room, where they are exposed to a controlled amount of smoke for a specific period of time. This adds a rich, smoky flavor to the sausages. Finally, the sausages are ready for packaging. They are either vacuum sealed for freshness or placed in trays for display. The packaging ensures that the sausages remain fresh and flavorful until they reach the consumer's plate. Once harvested, the shrimps delivered to the factory, where they are washed thoroughly in cold water to remove dirt, bacteria, and contaminants, helping maintain their freshness. The shrimp are then graded and sorted by size and quality. After this, they are deveined by making a small incision to remove the digestive tract, which improves both appearance and taste. Next, the shrimp are peeled, and depending on market preferences, some may have their tails left intact. In some factories, shrimp are further processed into breaded or seasoned products. This involves coating the shrimp with batter, breadcrumbs, or seasonings before frying them in hot oil for added flavor and texture. After frying or final preparation, shrimp are quickly frozen individually on conveyor belts to preserve freshness and ensure easy portioning. Finally, the frozen shrimp are weighed, packed into secure containers, and stored at low temperatures, ready for distribution to markets. Each year, the global cookie industry generates over $30 billion annually, with Americans alone consuming more than 2 billion cookies annually. But have you ever asked how these beloved treats are made in factory? Chocolate chip cookies are typically produced in factories in large quantities through an automated process. The journey begins in the ingredient preparation room, where experts ensure that all components are ready to create the perfect dough. Key ingredients, such as sugar, oils, and flour, are stored in massive silos outside the factory. Maintaining proper inventory rotation and optimal storage conditions, including controlled temperature and humidity. Careful preparation of these ingredients is vital to ensuring the quality of the cookies throughout the manufacturing process. Once the ingredients are prepared, the dough is mixed using high-capacity industrial-grade mixers designed for large-scale production. The industrial mixer is specifically designed to blend large quantities of ingredients evenly and efficiently. The dry ingredients, such as flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder, are added to the mixer. Depending on the mixer's design, these ingredients may be added gradually or all at once. Once the ingredients are in the mixer, starts its operation. After the dry ingredients are thoroughly mixed, the liquid ingredients, such as butter, eggs, and vanilla extract, are gradually added to the mixture. Adding these liquids slowly ensures even distribution and prevents the dough from becoming overly thick. The mixer continues to operate, incorporating the liquid ingredients seamlessly into the dough. Once the dough is prepared, the chocolate chips are readied for incorporation. These small pieces of chocolate are essential for adding both flavor and texture to the cookies. The chocolate chips are carefully measured with the quantity varying based on the specific recipe and the manufacturer's preferences. Once measured, the chips are added to the dough, ensuring they are evenly distributed throughout. This step ensures every cookie is packed with the perfect amount of chocolatey goodness, contributing to the iconic taste and texture of chocolate chip cookies. The chocolate chips are gently mixed into the dough to ensure even distribution while avoiding any breakage. At this stage, the production line transitions to cookie formation. The machinery is inspected and adjusted to meet the required specifications for the desired size and shape of the chocolate chip cookies. This machine deposits precise portions of dough onto baking trays, shaping them into uniform round cookies. The forming process is finely tuned to ensure consistency in the size and thickness of each cookie. The amount of dough deposited is carefully controlled, and adequate spacing between portions is maintained to prevent sticking during baking and to allow for even expansion. Throughout the formation stage, visual inspections are conducted to identify any defects or irregularities in the cookie's shape or appearance. Any cookie that does not meet the established quality standards can be removed or adjusted manually before proceeding to the next step in the production process. Before baking, the industrial oven is preheated to the appropriate temperature, which typically ranges between 175 degrees Celsius and 190 degrees Celsius, depending on the recipe and manufacturer's specifications. The baking time generally falls between 10 and 15 minutes. During baking, the cookie dough expands while the chocolate chips melt slightly. As the cookies bake, they flatten and approximately double in diameter. Consistent monitoring of time and temperature is crucial to ensure the cookies bake evenly and do not burn. Once the cookies are fully baked, they are removed from the oven and allowed to cool on the trays for a few minutes. This cooling period helps the cookies set and prepares them for the next steps in the production process. After cooling briefly on trays, the cookies are transferred to cooling racks, where they are left to cool completely. Proper cooling ensures that the cookies harden, preserving their signature crispy exterior and soft interior. This process takes 10 to 15 minutes, allows the cookies to become firmer and develop their characteristic texture. The exact cooling time may vary depending on the size and thickness of the cookies. Before packaging, a visual inspection is conducted to assess the cookie's appearance and quality. Inspectors check for any irregularities or defects in shape, color, or texture. Cookies that fail to meet the established quality standards are discarded or repurposed. Once the quality inspection is complete, the cookies move to the packaging stage. Factories use automated packaging machines to ensure efficiency and consistency. Depending on the product and brand specifications, the cookies may be individually wrapped in plastic bags or packaged in boxes. During this process, labels or barcodes are applied to the packaging, providing important details such as the production date, expiration date, and ingredient list. From there, they are distributed to retailers, supermarkets, or distributors ready to reach consumers and bring joy to chocolate chip cookie lovers worldwide. Few foods have achieved the iconic status of Nutella, a velvety chocolate hazelnut spread that has captured the hearts of millions around the world. The process of making Nutella begins with the extraction of cocoa powder from cocoa beans, which are harvested from cocoa trees in West Africa and left to dry for about 10 days. Typically, cocoa beans contain approximately 50% cocoa butter. To reduce the beans into a liquid form, they are roasted, and the cocoa butter is often extracted for use in other chocolate products. The next key ingredient is hazelnuts, which are inspected to ensure they meet high-quality standards. The hazelnuts used in Nutella come from orchards primarily found in Mediterranean climates and various parts of the world, including Turkey, Italy, Chile, and the USA. Turkey's Black Sea region is the world's largest producer of hazelnuts. The hazelnut harvest takes place between the beginning of August and the end of September. To ensure a consistent supply of fresh and quality hazelnuts, cultivation also occurs in countries in the Southern Hemisphere, providing an additional harvest between February and March. Once roasted, the hazelnuts are combined with pure cocoa powder, skimmed milk, and sugar. These ingredients are blended into a smooth paste and prepared for packaging. According to the company, approximately 50 hazelnuts can be found in each jar of Nutella. This ensures that every jar is uniform in both look and taste. The making of soft biscuit in factory begins in the mixing room, where key ingredients like flour, sugar, butter, milk, and leavening agents are combined to form the biscuit dough. The secret to a soft biscuit lies in the perfect ratio of these ingredients. Industrial mixers ensure the dough is blended evenly, creating a smooth, consistent texture. This step is critical. Too much mixing can result in tough biscuits, while too little won't create the desired softness. Once the dough is ready, it's cut into familiar biscuit shapes. Various molds can be used depending on the type of biscuit being produced. Next, the shaped biscuits are transferred to large conveyor belts that move them through industrial ovens. Baking temperatures and times are carefully controlled to achieve the perfect balance of a soft interior and slightly crisp exterior. The baking process causes the dough to rise and creates the fluffy texture we all love in soft biscuits. After baking, the biscuits need to cool before packaging. Conveyor belts transport them to a cooling area where they are inspected for quality. Finally, the biscuits are wrapped in airtight packaging to maintain their freshness. Whether they're destined for local stores or shipped across the country, the packaging ensures the biscuits stay soft and delicious. The production process of high-quality almond milk is complicated and requires multiple steps. It all starts with the almond tree. Once almonds have matured, they are harvested using mechanical tree shakers. These machines shake the almonds loose, which are then collected and sent to the factory for processing. The first step at the factory is cleaning the almonds. They're washed thoroughly to remove dust and any residual debris. After washing, the almonds are sorted by size and quality to ensure that only the best almonds are used for milk production. Once sorted, the almonds are blanched. This means they're soaked in hot water to soften the skins, making them easier to remove. After blanching, the almonds are peeled, leaving behind the smooth almond kernel. The next step is grinding. The peeled almonds are ground into a fine paste. This is the base of almond milk, and the finer the grind, the smoother the final product will be. To turn almond paste into milk, it is mixed with water. The water helps to extract the natural oils and flavor from the almonds, creating that smooth, creamy texture that almond milk is known for. After mixing, the almond water mixture is filtered to remove the remaining almond pulp. What's left is a pure, silky almond milk. The pulp is often repurposed as a byproduct for other uses, such as almond flour. To make almond milk nutritious, many manufacturers fortify it with essential vitamins like calcium and vitamin D, which are typically found in dairy milk. This is also where different flavors like vanilla or chocolate are added to enhance the taste. Sweeteners such as cane sugar or natural flavors are mixed in to suit different preferences. Next, the almond milk is homogenized. This process breaks down the fat molecules, so the milk has a smooth, uniform consistency without separating over time. After homogenization, the almond milk is pasteurized. Heating it to a specific temperature kills any harmful bacteria and ensures that the milk stays fresh for a longer period. Finally, the almond milk is packaged. It's poured into eco-friendly cartons or bottles, sealed and labeled with nutritional information and expiration dates.